this video, we are going to have a look at how to connect to the API of Bricknode Broker by using the NuGet package offered by Bricknode. Let's start off by opening a console application in Visual Studio. We will call it Bricknode Broker API test. I will start by adding the NuGet package from Bricknode. Now in this README file, I can see how to add this in dependency injection. So I will create a folder for my what I call extensions. And I will add a class called container configuration. I will again go to the NuGet packages. And add the dependency injection. I'm also going to add logging. There. Now I'm going back to the class. And I'll just add a default logger here for demonstration purposes. Now I can add the BFS clients, and there's two ways of doing it. Either I can add multiple BFS clients if I want to be able to work against several BFS instances, or I can just add a single one. But in this example, I'm going to use the multi-adding functionality, and I'm just going to register one. So I can then add them with a name, add named BFS API client, and then I need to reference that in every call that I'm making. So I'm going to add the name of this instance. I just call it test. Then I'm going to add configurations to it. I can start by adding credentials. And here I can just add on a username and a password. And this you will get from your Bricknode Broker instance as an admin user. So there are 3 domains that you can create user for, and that is the customer domain, the end customers, it's a partner domain, and it's the admin domain. And each admin user can then be used for API access. Then I'm going to add the endpoint, which also is an address that points to the BFS API. It can, for example, look like this. You will also get that from us. And finally, it's the identifier, which is a key that is unique for your instance. So that is given to you as well. And we're just gonna finish up by building the clients. Then we're gonna return the services. And we're done with that registration. I will now continue and create a folder to hold my classes that I call services. And I will create a new one. Which I call Bricknode Broker Test Service. And to start with, we're just gonna use a very simple call to the legal entities service of Bricknode Broker to collect all the customers. And I highly recommend that you have a look at the GitHub page, which we'll link to from api.bricknode.com. Here you can see at the bottom all the different services that are now automatically registered through dependency injection. So we are now going to use the BFS legal entities service to collect all the end customers. I start off by adding it at the top here. Hi BFS legal entities service. Then I'm going to use async calls for everything. So I'm going to add a new method. Then I can see here what sort of methods are available. So I have, for example, get legal entities async. I can also see a link to the documentation at the Bricknode API. And if I go back and look at that page, I can see the different filters that I can input. And I can see the response that I will get out of it. And we talked about the different domains, the user domains, and those are defined here. So if I write Bricknode as a domain, I'm only going to get the front users, the end customers. If I write Bricknode partner, it's going to be the partner users, and Bricknode admin, I can get the admin users. And as we can see here, there are no mandatory properties that I need to add on to the filters. So it's just going to use user domains. So I'll just add a getPerson args. User domains. And then here I need to add the BFS API client name if I'm using the multi-registration. So just add the name of that one as we created before. And that's it. Now I will create the interface for the service. And I will add that to the dependency injection. I'll now go back to the program class, remove the hello world, and I will collect the service that I want to use. Need to change this one to async and task. There. Then we're gonna call that method that we just created. And we're also gonna add the response to the method, because we just said that it would return void. So we're gonna look at what this one will actually return, and it's an object called getPersonResponse. Then we also need to update the interface. Now I should be able to see the response properties. I see that I will receive a list of fields that it has returned. I will have a message, which in general says just a string that says OK, if everything went well, or it will have an error message. Then I will have a result of all the entities that I'm getting back. And if I get an error, each entity will have an array of errors on itself, so I can look up and see what actually went wrong. But if I now get the result from this one, I can do like this instead. Now I can see the list of different properties that I will get back. So let's say that you want to list all the customer numbers in the console application. You would be doing it like this. Now let's go back and put a breakpoint in the test service. Also need to return the response. We can put a breakpoint here, and we should be able to capture the actual return values. Now let's run this and see what actually happens. Now we got a response. You can see that the message is okay, and we've got 1021 results for different customers. So let's continue on with it and see what happens in the console. We can see that it listed all the customer numbers in here. So that's all there is to it to actually access the Bricknode Broker API and collect some simple data. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I'm looking forward to the next time.